Hello wrestling fags. Speaking of fucking sucks. Here I am here to bury none other than the main man. Well, isn't the title on the guy you see in the video? And my channel name make it obvious. It is a burial on none other than the troll master himself. Speaking of wrestling, also known as Tom Cruise 2.0, or Swedish Tom Cruise. First off, I know speaking of wrestling lovers are gonna blast this video and tell me I have no life and start defending this fuckface. Speaking of wrestling lovers will be blocked and deleted. I am gonna explain why this guy is the biggest asshole-ish, smart aleck, troll, that he truly is. Could I start by making fun of his German, oops, I mean Swedish background? Not yet. But to start with has a WWE marksmanship. He loves the PG era, only because he sucks up to WWE so badly by saying everything WWE says and does is flawless like the puppet on strings he is. He is the most arrogant, self-centered piece of garbage dust cap on the YWC. If you go to his channel and you look at the section where it shows the comments he writes, you can see that he is always arguing with somebody. You can see that he gets off of looking for an argument with his poor structuring of the English language by not making any sense. With the way he randomly strings intelligent words and sentences together to make himself sound like a genius. Jesus Christ, what an attention whore. This fudge packer kisses up to WWE and praises the PG era. John Cena. And he even thinks Hornswoggle segments are funny. Just because he knows the vast majority of the YWC hates Cena and the PG era. And the purpose of his videos and on YouTube is to piss off the die-hard fans of the YWC. He is also the biggest fucking moron literally on this planet. He thinks the Attitude Era was inspired off of Eminem and Marilyn Manson's controversial music at that time, when the Attitude Era was made to beat WCW in the ratings in the first Monday Night Wars. When WWE banned chair shots to the head, he asked the most rhetorical question ever. What do chairs have to do with wrestling anyway? He thinks the PG era was inspired off of Teletubbies, and thinks Monday Night Raw today is equivalent to the Attitude Era. He also loves to claim wrestling has always been a cartoon, whatever the blue hell that is supposed to mean in his wet, fantasized facts on wrestling. Did I also mention this guy is the most self-righteous fantard ever? He mostly defends WWE in ways where they are undefendable in all ways. So he uses facts that never happened in WWE and never will. He is also an insecure hypocrite. Every time he criticizes somebody, it sounds like it really defines himself. He tries to pin his flaws on every person he argues with. It goes to show he has the IQ of Tom Cruise, and the stupidity of Paris Hilton, and the insecurities of Chris Crocker. That's a bad combination for 28-year-old human being who dictates to people why they should stand up for WWE, and why people think the PG era is just as good as the Attitude Era. Listen, Adolf Hitler. Excuse me. Rickard Hitler. Excuse me. Rickard. Just because you use big words and intelligent-sounding sentences doesn't mean you're the next Albert Einstein. It only means defending the PG era is the path to crazy town. You also have zero respect for the die-hard WWE fans of the YWC. Your bragging rights 2010 predictions, where you spend most half of that video defending the stand-up for WWE video. When you said the die-hard fans of the Attitude Era and before are people under 25 with half-developed brains that rent. Then you start talking about knowledge on the human brain to make yourself sound like a smart-ass shrink. Along with it, and tell us how we should present arguments, and how we should give constructive criticism. Since when does this Jerry have the place to tell me what to do? I don't need a guy like you, who kisses WWE's ass, who never has an opinion of his own, or speaks for himself to tell me how to present arguments and criticism. With your shit IQ and logic. Contradiction to the maximum. You say us die-hard fans are people who are 22-year-old idiots with half-developed brains. How does this insult grab you? You're some low-life 28-year-old crot who has a high and mighty self-righteous ego, thinking like he can control everything. Invite if that didn't make you a smart person. That video made you look like a lowlife who sucks at talking about wrestling. Yet you don't speak of wrestling. You just care about calling us stupid and insulting us, which didn't amount to anything. Anything at all. It just makes you a bitter smart-ass asshole who fixates his pathetic life on the YWC. Which proves you can't do anything useful with yourself, even if your goddamn life depended on it. And you think you most likely never tapped ass or gotten laid yet. I got some when I was in high school, and I have a girlfriend who, by the way, also hates the PG era. Us die-hard fans you hate are the reason why WWE is on TV for you to watch in 2010. The reason you have over 2,000 subscribers is because most of your subscribers are idiotic people in their 20s that are stupid as you are, and little kids who has the same amount of mental capacity as you do. You are the most overrated wrestling closure on the IC alongside Gemini 686, Monoxide, and Trust Slayer. How can I get this brainless Nazi off my computer screen? I think there is some people here to see you. It's the SS. Go with your brethren. Well, good riddance. Listen, Fritz, get this to hit your eardrum, and have it penetrate your think-reinforced skull. Quit commenting and speaking in your pathetic structuring of the English language, and stick to speaking Swedish until you sharpen up your English skills. And that does include trolling and spamming videos in the Swedish and English language with your shit IQ, logic, and your wet fantasies on wrestling. And change your channel name from Speaking of Wrestling to Speaking of I Ride Vince's 60-year-old dick and kiss WWE's ass, who is a 28-year-old dumb crot. And is your 28-year-old brain developed established in your thick reinforced skull enough to answer this no-brainer question? How does it feel to be buried?